Okay, we are live. Hello, everybody who is watching this.
Hello.
Who is watching
Everybody.
this episode number 3 of Talkin Asimi. We are here in asimi.tv. This is our TV channel. We have an awesome round of panelists again here. We have Naiza, Sergio, Paul, Marco from Italy again, and Clinton, who is doing the presentation today again. So the schedule of this episode is like every week. We will have my introduction first. I will welcome everybody like what I'm doing here. Then we will have a presentation by the Mr. Presentation himself, Clinton Clark. He made the slides, he made the presentation. He will present Hashing Headspace and the Asimi, the whole token economy to us all, to basically everybody around the world, because we're really, truly an international TV show, because we're broadcasting here to Europe in the middle of the night. It's 3:30 a.m. our place here, middle Europe. We're broadcasting to Australia. It's already 11:30 a.m. in Australia, so right after the morning there, or in the middle of the morning, right before midday. And we're broadcasting to America, to the Pacific time. It's there 6:30 p.m. PDT, Pacific Daylight Time. So everybody in the world, this is truly an international live TV show, Asimi TV, Talkin Asimi, episode number 3. So I would say that was it today. We have a main topic. That was it today for the introduction, of course. Now we have to do the episode, of course. We have a main topic to talk about today, which is Asimi staking on Hashing Headspace, which we will be going into a little deeper after the presentation by Clinton Clark. Clinton, are you ready for the presentation?
Ready to rock and roll.
Good. I will give you the spotlight video like every week, which you should have now. Now you should share a screen and everything should work for you.
Okay, is my screen up?
Clinton has started. Yes, we see your screen.
Hey, what do you know? All right, let me get this started. Okay. I think, there we go. So are we seeing the main screen?
Yes.
Good, all right. So what we're going to do today is run through the Hashing Ad Space presentation. This is, folks, we really take a lot of pride in giving you information. This is a very exciting and uniquely profitable opportunity. There's nothing guaranteed in life, but what has been built here is an advertising income community that has tremendous opportunity to provide a unique income opportunity and advertising platform for the entire world. This is basically proof of stake mining. We're going to talk about that briefly, and it truly is the world's first blockchain-based advertising system. There's a picture of me in my, actually that was over at the University of Washington in Seattle at my daughter's graduation. She's a doctor of physical therapy. I was a very proud papa. And I show you this, not to show you my picture, talk about me, but to give you a little bit of background on why I'm qualified to some extent to talk to you about Hashing Ad Space and this opportunity. I've got a background in stock trading, venture capital, network marketing, of course, cryptocurrencies. And without going into many facets of this, I truly believe that my whole life has been preparing me to help thousands or tens of thousands of people, or eventually millions of people, to achieve success through Hashing Ad Space. Now, of course, Hashing Ad Space, I'm just along for the ride, happy to help share this with people. The real genius, the real guy behind this is my good buddy, Luke Millard. Luke Millard is the CEO, and he's one of those people, folks, and I know you have one, someone like Luke in your life, someone that you trust, someone that when they talk, you listen a little bit more closely to what they're saying. So last summer when he said he was going to be launching a blockchain-based ad income program, I was immediately interested. Then when he offered me a consulting contract with a company, I jumped at it. And what that has done is to give me a much better visibility of the program and, of course, access to Luke, which is good for everybody. So let's, hey, Kate, can you mute everybody out except for me? Is that possible?
Sorry, of course, yes.
And will I need to unmute?
Okay, mute all. Now I will unmute you.
Yep, I'm unmuted now. Good, good.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Now, so what we're going to do is just, and again, we're going to try and keep this quick, folks, because there's a lot here. If we start digging, we're going to be digging for the rest of the evening. I want to give you a broad brush overstroke. And the first piece to understand is proof of stake mining for the little guy. In essence, there are cryptocurrencies out there that are either proof of stake or proof of work. Bitcoin, which we all know is proof of work, okay, it takes all these computers and it's a massive undertaking. Proof of stake is a little different, where you actually stake your tokens. In other words, deposit, escrow, set them aside with a company, and by doing that, you're able to earn a little tiny piece of the new tokens created each day. Probably the largest proof of stake token or coin out there is Dash. And I don't want to spend a lot of time on this, but I want you to know that what Hashing Ad Space is doing is something that's being done by some of the largest companies. And I also want to point out, all right, we use the term proof of stake mining for the little guy. I want you to look over here. I don't know whether you can see my, my cursor, but here within the Dash content, and I know that's a lot of words there, but the key is at the beginning of the 4th paragraph, where it takes about a $300,000 investment to stake to earn Dash tokens. All right, that's a lot of money. All right, $300,000 is a lot of money. And you're going to earn at Dash about a 7, 8, 9% rate of return, which is fantastic. But you have to have expertise in master nodes and technical issues in computers. Here, folks at Hashing Ad Space, you can get started for a lot less, just $100, and you don't have to be an expert with computers and things like that. So let's talk about the Hashing Ad Space staking system, okay? So Hashing Ad Space operates completely on its own blockchain, all right? So think about this a little bit different. When you're buying or selling, when you're buying advertising within the community, you'll do that with Asimi tokens. Yes, you can buy with Bitcoin directly, but it is converted into and out of Bitcoin. And when you stake your Asimi tokens, you get your portion of the 17,438 new tokens that are created each day. Now, I want to be very clear. So you stake your tokens, you buy Asimi, you then stake it. Now, understand you're not, and I got to be clear, you're not buying a stake, you are acquiring a stake. Because the beauty of this is not only do you earn a little tiny piece of the new tokens created each day, but you get back all of the tokens that you staked a little bit each day over the course of a year. Okay, so it's really important to understand that. But I want you to think about this. You take your tokens, you stake them, you get, in essence, free tokens that are given to you. So the tokens you receive each day that are brand new created, and your portion of that are pure profit. That's what makes this so lucrative, okay? Now, we do have a short video. In the interest of expediency, I would encourage you to watch this short video. And Kay, if you want to type that into the text room, that'd be great. Folks, after this meeting, watch this video. It can explain to you so much better about the, excuse me, about the the staking process much better than I can. And Kay will type it into the text room. Watch that after the presentation. I think you'll like that. I want to talk a little tiny bit more about the staking process, and then we're going to move on to the value proposition with the advertising. The beauty of the staking process is that in order to stake tokens to earn some of the income, you have to buy the tokens. And when you buy the tokens and stake them, you take them off the market and they are returned to you a little tiny bit each day. As the price of Asimi goes up, people are encouraged to acquire more stakes and buy more Asimi. That continues and has the potential to continue to go up, creating not only a higher price in Asimi, but a higher net yield on the new tokens that you're receiving. So as Hashing Ad Space matures and more people are seeing the value of what's going on here, more people buying the advertising that we're going to talk about in a minute, the potential for Asimi to increase in value substantially is very real. There's no guarantees in life, folks, but what you want to do is position yourself for the best risk reward as possible. And in my mind, in my background, hashing ad space and the Asimi tokens are one of the best risk reward opportunities I have ever seen. Now, again, I just want to emphasize, and then we're going to move on, that when you stake your tokens, you are generating new tokens that cost you absolutely nothing. What do I mean by cost you nothing? Because you get all of your staked tokens back. Think about this. If I came to you and said, all right, I'm going to give you $10, please give me 5 cents a day for a year and then give me my $10 back, you would say you're nuts. That's exactly what's happening. Okay, so understand the potential here is absolutely, as my daughter used to say, the potential is huge, mongus. All right, now let's kind of get into the guts of the value proposition, because folks, I've been, as I said, I was a stockbroker, worked in the penny stock market where there was rampant in that industry. There's a lot of crooks and charlatans. I tried to steer my clients through that towards good programs. Same thing in MLM. There's Ponzi schemes where they promise you 1% and 2% a day. They're all BS. The difference here is hashing ad space is real. It's a real community with a real system, and the entity, the value proposition that drives the value of the Asimi token is the advertising community. All right. And what makes this so cool is within just a few months, Luke and the community, that's all of us, have built this system to over 120,000 members with an Alexa rank of about 15,000. That means that Asimi, the hashing ad space website, is one of the 15,000th largest in the entire world. We have you to thank for that. Now, let's talk about the advertising, okay? There are actually four, let me double check. Yep, four ways to advertise, sorry. All right, in my mind, my favorite way to advertise in the hashing ad space community is the Minter's ads. And I want you to think about this, all right? Because in order to earn your tokens every day, you have to click on an ad. So if you stake $100, then every day you need $100 of Asimi, you have to click one ad a day. One of my largest clients referrals is closing in on having 500 stakes, okay? That's a lot of money, that's a lot of return of stake, and that's a lot of earnings that he's getting every single day. Yes, he's got to click 500 ads a day, but he is getting a huge return for his staking. And what did I say? You're not buying anything, you're just depositing the stakes and getting a piece of the 17,438 every day. Let's look at it from the other side, okay? As a staker, you must click the ads. And what does that mean? I want you to listen carefully to this. When you buy a Minter's ad, that means a person clicking it has spent at least $100. Let that sink in. That's a massively qualified audience, okay? And it doesn't mean they're going to buy the product or opportunity that you're offering, but it means that they have the ability generally to do so. We all, in fact, I'm co-founder of a Bitcoin traffic exchange, and 80% of the members are completely free. Our members get great results, but it's different than a Minter's ad, because a Minter's ad means those people have paid at least $100 or spent $100 by acquiring a stake to look at your ad. So if you're listening to this for the first time and you're looking for quality advertising, I encourage you to buy Minter's ads, minting ads, and they can be purchased directly with Bitcoin or using your Asimi tokens. By the same token, there are banner ads, okay? 125 square banners or full-size banners. The pricing on these is phenomenal, and they too can be purchased with Bitcoin or Asimi. Login ads, they just debuted, okay? The login ads, again, think about this for a second. if Hashing Ad Space is one of the 15,000th most busy sites in the entire world, obviously they have a lot of traffic, right? Well, that means people are logging in. They're logging in to view ads. They're logging in to place ads. They're logging in to do their minting. And when you purchase a login ad, your ad is the only ad that's seen all day. That's a tremendous value. And the unique way that Luke has set this up is there's kind of a reverse auction, it appears. And what that means is there's a price, you can buy it right now. If you have a new program or product coming out in 2 weeks, you can go buy that. Now, as it gets closer and closer to the day that you're buying, that price might decrease. But think about that. The more it decreases, the more somebody else may buy it. So it's not exactly an auction, but it's a very, very powerful way to get a good price to reach an audience really fast. And his projections seem to be that you'll get probably in the neighborhood of 10 to 12,000 viewers on your ad on the day you buy the ad. That is tremendous, tremendous value. Now, we've been talking about people staking, that takes money. We've been talking about login ads, that takes money to buy. The other side of the coin are view to earn ads. That's for people who are financially challenged that are looking to earn a simi by clicking ads, okay? Now, this is a wonderful way for advertisers. I use them myself. A lot of my team does this. When you buy ads in the view to earn ads section, you want to offer things for very low cost. You want to offer things for free. You want to offer things where you're going to be able to help those viewing the ads. Because remember, as a general rule, people that are clicking ads to earn a little bit of a simi are generally looking to make some money, might be financially challenged. And this is a great way to reach a hardworking, energetic audience with more time than money. Again, view to earn ads can be purchased directly with Bitcoin or Asimi tokens. Now, I also want to make one big point, and then we'll wrap this puppy up. I'm so glad everybody has stayed with us this long. Luke has a vision, okay? Hashing Ad Space is not just another program. Luke is designing Hashing Ad Space for the long term. And when you watch, watch some of the videos, and more importantly, watch his roadmap. And Kay is going to go ahead and type in the link to the video. Again, we don't want to take your time and show the video right now. But what I want to emphasize is there's a game plan, okay? Luke has put together a phenomenal team. Some of the people on that team are on this video right here with us today. And there is a vision that is very well thought out. And I'm not going to touch on every single one of these, but we're now in the June to December time period. And there's a lot that he's done, and there's a lot more that's going on. And I want you to kind of scan across this. There's a lot of things that Luke is doing. One of the things is to have the Asimi tokens trading on multiple exchanges instead of just the Waves decentralized exchange. More upgrades, but look at the bottom right-hand corner of that page. 1 million members is the goal within 1.5 years, okay? Well, with it 2.5 years. I think it can be done. If we're at 1/8 of a million right now, 125,000, we might be able to move that forward by a year. All because of the effort of our community, our hardworking community members, the great staff, the great leadership of Luke. And again, I want you to understand this is a value proposition, not a money game, not something that you're in and out. The value proposition, think about it, of 1 million members, all energetically involved in the community, all with something to share, all with an investment of time into the system, staking their Asimi tokens. What we're talking about here, folks, is a dynamic community with a bright, bright future indeed. Well, I want to thank everybody for coming in. I hope that made sense. I would encourage you to, if you're just listening to this for the first time, contact the person that invited you. This truly is proof of stake mining and passive income for the little guy. Now, we've talked about the why you want to be a Hashing Ad Space member, advertiser, staker, clicker, and we encourage you to uncover and to research the how to get started with Luke's very, very in-depth training in the hashing ad space sites. Click on Getting Started, go to the video training, and then also, folks, join our Hashing Ad Space private Facebook group. We've got some great moderators over there. I've owned a lot of programs, moderated a lot of Facebook groups. This is one of the most exciting, fun, diverse group, and I would encourage you to join the Facebook group and meet our other members and learn and immerse yourself in the hashing ad space community. Again, hashing ad space truly is proof of stake mining and passive income for the little guy. I want to thank you so very much for joining us, and I encourage you to join, be an advertiser, be a staker, be a clicker. I know you'll be glad that you did. I hope that all made sense, folks. Kay, I'm going to stop the share and turn it back over to you.
Activate the microphone.
Good.
Great work.
Thanks, guys.
Awesome, awesome presentation, like every week.
I want to join the game.
That's what I'm shooting for. Sergio,
Yeah.
People get it, and I get excited too. You can tell I've had this. I've done obviously presentations before, and I get fired up. Okay, and you can tell I'm not reading off a script. I know this, and it's like I said, Luke's a friend of mine. I know him. I truly, from the bottom of my heart, from the bottom of my toes, believe in this community, and I get fired up again.
Yeah,
we can feel it. We can feel it.
You can really feel and hear that. Yes, that's really awesome when you do the presentation. Awesome. Very good. May I just love the word humongous. That's who does say that?
That was actually my daughter when she was little.
So nice, humongous. And I want to add a tiny number here because the presentation said 120,000, 23,000 something. We already have 145,000 members in hashing edge space. Close.
Excellent. I'll update that on the screen. They're on the.
Yeah, it's not a problem, but it just shows how rapidly we're growing and how much people are appreciating this business already. And this can only go forward into the future. So we have, as I said already in the introduction, a really cool team of panelists here. And I want to start with Sergio today because he is an evergreen panelist and I just like to listen to his voice. Please, Sergio, can you do your little testimonial about hashing ad space and about a little bit about the staking side, probably together with Marco again, because Marco is the guy who is only talking Italian, which sounds really awesome. People have to listen to his voice and to the melody of the Italian language. And maybe you two can do the presentation.
Okay. I do my short one, then I interview Marco, okay, and I translate.
Okay, awesome.
So I joined, as I've told in other events, I joined Asian Space because of the, the honesty of, the CEO and the transparency and the professional, it's really very difficult to have a CEO like this because we have been online for many years, and it's very, very, very difficult to have a person like this. Even if I haven't met him personally, there's something you can feel it. Just like, when you see Clinton doing the presentation, you can feel it, even if I'm, thousands of kilometers away. So that's Luke, it was the reason. So about staking, I must say that it was the first time in my experience that I was doing staking, because we also see that in Dash you need $300,000. So, and then you have to know many things, complicated things, which is not for me. I like simple things, because if you got simple things, you can duplicate and replicate, And so it was really fascinating when every day I'm staking my Asimi, because it's nothing to do with pay to click or something like that. It's really something that you feel part of something. You create, I don't want to say you print money, but you create something, you create really something, and you are part of this ecosystem. It really makes me feel, if sometimes I'm, no at home, I find always the way to meet my heart, because it's like it's a duty, you know. It's a really, I really love it. So staking for me, I agree with Clinton. It's really the important thing inside Asian space, because you know, you're really part of it. Okay, so that's what I feel about, you know, in a nutshell. So now I'm going to ask to Marco in Italian, and then I'm going to translate what he thinks about staking and what it is his experience. Okay.
Exactly. Let me add here something, please.
Sorry.
Marco is the guy who was on the show. It was last week or 2 weeks ago?
Last week,
of course, yeah. And he was so excited to be on the show, on this TV show, that he decided to very in the last second today that he wants to be on the show again here. So that's why he's here. And that's really good. So everybody who wants to be here.
We must say that, you know, in our country, like in your country also, it's 3:30 a.m. So
3:30 a.m. Yes. It's
must be really exciting about something to stay awake. You know, 3:30 a.m. You must be part or something.
Maybe he was waiting awake in his bed until Sergio obviously.
He couldn't sleep.
So Marco, please.
Ok, Marco, allora la domanda è questa. Che cosa ti focalizzi un po' di più sulla semi stake, non sulla pubblicità, sai, quello che tu fai minting, no? Quando fai stake. Quindi che cosa pensi di questa parte di Asimi Stake che sta dentro Asian Space, la tua esperienza?
La mia esperienza è che l'Asimi Stake praticamente in quei giorni, come dicono, che aumenta e diminuisce, e quello è anche in base agli acquisti e le vendite che fanno praticamente sulla piattaforma. Sì. La mia esperienza è che mi sono trovato bene dall'inizio, perché essendo praticamente come si chiama il programma che c'ha come si chiama no, la carta bianca, quell'altra, scusami,
no.
Il white paper praticamente corrisponde a tutto ciò che è stato detto dall'inizio in pratica. E poi mi sono trovato bene per questo, perché la moneta è molto stabile, diciamo, le fluttuazioni che c'ha sono quelle praticamente che tutti gli azionisti che stanno sopra riescono a far salire e scendere, cioè un valore sempre costante, ecco.
Ok.
L'ho detto un po' a modo mio, scusa.
Ho capito. Quindi io adesso avevo proprio l'esperienza da parte dello staking, quindi questa è l'esperienza. So what it feels like is that the experience of staking, you really learn something, you know, something. We always learn something new, you know. So you learn this thing about, you know, that he participate on on this ecosystem, so, you know, on this economy by staking. Then he's watching the price, and you see that the price is really stable now, and it's really, you know, it's really happy. And then he's really happy that he's participating on this economy. So because like I told you, you know, when he stakes every day, it's fascinating about this thing, and he understand all the movements that, you know, the company is taking, you know, Luke Miller, with all the person who work so surround him, and he understands all the movement that they're doing to, you know, to sustain, you know, the Asimi token.
Yeah, awesome, really cool. So what you two are basically saying is that staking is pretty much the core idea of hashing headspace, that you are.
That's what we feel.
Yeah, of course, and I feel the same. That's why I'm just rephrasing what you just said. It's really exactly what I feel as well. You feel like you are the Asimi, you are the community, you are the company, because you are contributing to the company by staking the Asimi.
Yes.
Obviously, of course, actually every day are observing the Asimi price, because it's just
yes.
kind of your baby, and you want to be a part of this. You want to see it rise, and you want to see it fall, probably be sad a little bit, but then
yes, not really panicking on the price, because we understand the whole thing, and what we feel proud of is that we are part of something that is a real ecosystem. That what fascinates me, I don't want to be too long. I don't want to replace Jets.
Yeah, really good.
Okay, so what fascinates me is that when the first launch, they didn't do any, you know, ICO or something like that, because there was a real product. So this really fascinates me because it really stand out just like that because of the product. There's nothing, you know, to blow up the price or something like that. So this is a real business.
There's nothing dubious, you know. This is just your utility token. You know exactly what it is for, and that's
Yes.
it. Basically, everything is laid out in the white paper. By the way, white paper was the only word I understood when Marco did his testimony.
Yeah, he told us so when he really liked, because when he's reading the white paper,
yeah,
he does it or he's already done it. So
okay,
all
really
of
nice.
that, you know. Yes.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Marco, Sergio. Thanks a lot for that.
Grazie.
I hope we will
Thank
see
you.
you next. We will see you next week again.
Yes,
Next
yes.
episode. So let's continue with Paul, please. Paul, I don't know him very well, but I learned who he is a few minutes before the actual live going with the show. And please, Paul, because your story with hashing Headspace when you joined is really, it sounds like coming from the heart. Please just tell everybody your story with hashing Headspace and what you love about staking, probably.
Hey, hi everyone. I want to welcome you again to this wonderful show. This is a global meeting where everyone is represented, and you have people across the continent, from America, from Europe, and it's nice meeting other people. One important thing with hashing out spaces, aside from the business, the token, and the ASIMI, you know, stuff, you are here to meet people, great minds, great people. I'll tell you this. One of the things I enjoyed with hashing out when I started was I see emails from Luke as like, you know, a currency. I take emails from Luke very keen. Like I read Luke's email within the first 3 minutes of getting it. Like, oh, this is an email from Luke. Then I just open it, and I smile like, wow, something is happening. Actually, things are going on. And that gave me a better understanding of hashing out space. I began to develop better interest in the business. And my referrer, Uza from Pakistan, yeah. Sometimes he check on me on face like, hi, Paul, how's it going? Like, hey, Asimi is going great. And I love it. I introduced this to my wife. So she signed up an account somewhere and she's been enjoying. She had only one stake. And since the price has really gone up, so but she's been taking minting every day. She's going to tell me, hey, baby, have you minted today? I'm like, yeah, I minted in school. So Hasina Space is a business that I will advise everyone to get into. It's an economy that people will beg to enter in the future. People will beg to join, or people will aspire to be part of it. So if you have been part of it, or you are still thinking of getting into it, I will really advise you to, because it's been great. I meet my hash every day, like just keep doing that. And I took time sometimes to actually, go through the hacks. So the main idea of hashing out space is not just to like get your ASIMI and keep going. Is you're going to find opportunities there. I've found a lot of opportunities. You just click and ask, feel like, wow, this is great. Then after your 7 seconds, you just watch that in a new video, like, what is this guy talking about? And you might find something so interesting. And that is the idea of hashing out space. And with the staking, I think people mistake staking with buy ASIMI, or they call it buy stake. I love one of the analogy that was given at the intro part of the video, like if you are given a $10 and within the course of a year, 365 days, you have to give back, part of the $10. So by the end of a year, you have gotten back your $10. So staking is free, right? Because you're going to get your ASIMI back, and you're also getting a new token back doing that. Honestly speaking, hashing out space and ASIMI is a platform that is going to shake the whole world, just like Bitcoin is doing right now. I think we have a greater potential even than Bitcoin, right?
Oh, that's cool. Yeah.
Yeah, I love that. And sometimes I close my eye and I see me, really enjoy having that space and having a lot of ASIMI advertising affiliate marketing on the platform and interacting with millions of people around the world, right? I want to visit Australia one day and meet Luke. I want to see Kay someday. I want to see Clinton Clark here in the United States someday. So aside from the money or the business or whatever, Hasina Space is a social community where it's like a destiny platform where you're going to meet people. So whom you are will determine how much you get from the community. I will give this very good example. Like in the advertising, first, make sure you have a viable, legitimate online business you advertise. Get your, an email list where you get leads. Be the boss. Market your business to your leads. Keep getting more leads from hashing out space. So hashing out space is like creating CEO out of CEO. So it's like Luke is a CEO and is making more CEOs out of CEOs. So right now I'm kind of developing a business framework around hashing. I call it wage to wealth. Wage to wealth. From getting wages, 4 jobs in a day, 5 jobs in a day, not sleeping. You are just getting transferred to wealth. So I'm building a business around this. So I'm going to be a CEO soon, made from Luke. So Luke is on his own making more CEOs around the world. So really, I advise you to come into this community. If you have not joined, talk to who invited you to this show or who sent you the link to this show. And I trust you're going to thank the person later. And you might want to talk to me like, oh, I heard this guy talking on the show. Can I meet him? I'll be available to talk to you.
Okay.
So basically, that is it. And I will advise new members to read the white papers. I know it's difficult to read. It's difficult.
May I stop you for a second, Paul?
Yeah, go ahead.
In the private meeting before the show, you said a very, very important thing. You said when you first were introduced to hashing Headspace, you went to the white paper and were studying the white paper for 4 hours straight.
Yeah.
And that's exactly the spirit that we need with people who want to be in hashing Headspace, because you have to understand the business model first to reap the rewards afterwards. Right? This is really the basic idea about any business, of course. And it's even more true with hashing Headspace, because there's really an underlying white paper, an underlying idea. You can go to asimi.io, and this is the Asimi website, and there's the white paper. Study the white paper and learn everything there is to know about hashing Headspace and about the Asimi. And you will be excited, even with every line that you read there, you will be more excited about hashing Headspace. Paul, is it okay if I stop you here? Because you had already a few minutes and we have to keep on moving. But if you want to say some closing words, do that.
Yeah, very correct. So the white paper is the principal document for this. So everyone should quickly go through the white paper and get flow with hashing out space. And I promise you that you're going to see the potential in hashing out space, then be part of the community. It's an ecosystem that every component has to function. So if you join this ecosystem, make sure you function in different ways, advertise, stake, and come to the show. We want to talk to you on the show. We want to hear about your experience. So thank you very much, and I appreciate inviting me to the show.
Yeah, very awesome story. Thanks, Paul, for that. Sound really well. Yeah, we can applaud here. This is a TV show, Very good. Yeah, and the last speaker in this panel is the only woman today. She's Naiza. I know her a little bit over Facebook. I know she's a little bit excited and a little bit nervous to be here, but it's even more sympathetic that she's here. Naiza is a very, very busy hashing Headspace person. And please, Naiza, tell us a little bit about yourself, what you like about hashing Headspace. I heard something in the private meeting before about different jobs and hashing Headspace. Just take it on.
Yes. So I'm Naiza, and I'm actually from Philippines. Hello, everybody. Yes. So I'm just going to give a short experience of what I have here in hashing Headspace. So I've been here since the beginning of hashing ads, and I can say that everyone here that started, we all started with one stakes, right? all of us. So from one steak, how did I get 30 now? Right. So every day, while I'm staking, I keep on saving. I save. I don't think like when I see some assamese, okay, I'm going to withdraw it. No, I don't think like that. So I'm what I'm thinking is that once I see asami, I say I need to save this for my next stake. Right. So until now, now I have 30 stakes, which is really good actually. Every week I'm earning like 200 to 300 asimis per week, which is really nice. And this actually helps me out. And like Kay said, I had 3 jobs before. Yeah, we are working from morning till evening, from Monday to Sunday, and still it is not enough. I think everybody can what do you call this?
Relate to this?
Can relate. Yes, can relate to this. Yeah. So when we found about hashing out space, it's like of course at the beginning we are like reluctant. Okay, hashing ants it's a new one. Okay, we don't know much about it, so we studied it. You know, we studied blockchain. I don't actually know a lot about blockchains, but I studied blockchains. I read a lot of articles, and then I started to say, okay, this looks promising. So I joined, and then we are now having the results. We had a dream to have a house, and because of the ASI mistakes, we were little by little we're building our home, which we can call our home. You know, we've been married for 7 years, and we're like living in a different places because we don't have any place, a proper place, and now we have. Oh my gosh! And now.
This is the secret of hashing out space.
Yeah.
Nice.
And now because of hashing ad space, we are now having our home,
It's
right? And it's not anymore a house; it's a home. So I'm sorry.
so nice. Nice. This is exactly what we want to hear. So nice. Thanks a lot.
Yes, and of course we have 3 kids, and it's really hard, you know, to build our home with our with just our salary, and with hashing ads make everything possible. And our children, they are now studying in a private school. Yes. So really, I would like to thank CEO Luke Millard. I would like to thank everybody from hashing ads, helping each other. They are really great. So because of them, we're able to have this.
Wow, you're
Thank
beautiful.
you.
Excellent.
Thanks a lot. Wow, was that a closing story or was that not a closing story? Oh my God, we had tears in our TV show. Thanks a lot, Naiza. This is really totally worth watching this. So nice. Awesome. Yeah, okay, I have goosebumps and almost tears in my eyes as well. Really nice, God. Okay, oh, wow. Okay, I have to collect myself a little bit here before I can continue. We're already 46 minutes in the show here. So even without chats, we didn't make it under 30 minutes, obviously. So it's really not up to chats to always blame him to be so long in this show, but yeah, now, okay. Anyway, I always say the same. We have this our show. We have everything to present this. Everything we want to say, we can say in this show because this is us. You know, this is the community. Like hashing AdSpace is the community. We are the community. We are the Asimi. We are basically we are it. You know, and exactly the same is this with the Asimi TV here and Talking Asimi. I would say that was it for today. It couldn't have gone better with this show. I'm really pleased with it. And yeah, thanks for everybody being on the show, on the panel here. Thanks, Naiza, so much. Thanks, Sergio Clinton, of course, for his awesome presentation again. I have to say that every time I have this episode, I really like to listen to your voice because it sounds just, every word is like, you think it just.
I like music.
It's like music, yeah, true. I absolutely love it. Thanks for that. Thanks, Marco. I would say we go to bed for a few hours right now in Europe. I mean,
No problem.
it's 4:15 in the middle of the night. Thanks, Paul. Very, very good story from your heart. Speaking, it really sounds awesome. And I wish us all the best with hashing AdSpace. Please tune in next week on Tuesday again. We'll have the show then again for the European time zone, a bit more appropriate. We will be broadcasting at 4 p.m. Central Eastern summertime. And yeah, I hope that everybody likes the Asimi TV page and our YouTube channel, and just be an active contributor in our Facebook page, and just live hashing headspace, live the Asimi like we all do here. And yeah, all the best to you out there. And thanks for this awesome show. Bye-bye.
Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.